Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny Berba. I wanted to make a video today whilst in the park because I got an exciting rush I wanted to share with you. And it's a sticking point that men have with regards to dating women and in life. It's a sticking point I had myself, and I still have it. I still have it sometimes. And that's actually getting down to what you need to do. Getting down to the truth of whatever problem you're having and having the courage to face it. So for example, I was talking to a friend of mine last night. I was coaching a guy on Skype, and we were talking, and I was saying to him, you know, what is your problem, what are you struggling with? We were saying, well, it's this, it's that, it's this. And I was going, well, can we just try and get down to one thing? I'm kind of good at women, I'm not good at women, I'm seeing a girl, we broke up, I'm getting on well with women, sometimes I'm getting in my head, sometimes I'm anxious. I said, well, obviously the sticking point is fear, isn't it? You're afraid. Well, it says, no, I'm not really afraid. I'm not really afraid, Johnny, I don't know what it is. I said, well, you're afraid, aren't you? Because if you wasn't afraid, there wouldn't be any, what would be stopping you? If we had no fear, or no anxiety, no insecurity, you would just go and do it. Simple, right? So he said, actually, you're right, maybe I'm afraid. I said, you are afraid. I said, it's okay you're afraid, you have to admit that you're afraid, and you have to find out what it is that you want to achieve. Well, what it is, you see, remember, this is not criticizing this guy, I'm speaking out for myself, I'm speaking for men that struggle with women, how the human struggle, life struggles, why we don't do stuff. Well, what it is, you see, I know I can get the girl, but what if I go on a date with her and it goes well and she wants to take me back to the bedroom and I can't get an erection? I might get erectile dysfunction. That frightens me. So obviously we've gotten down to a truth, is that you're not frightened of failing, you're frightened of succeeding. I have this a lot myself still, so don't think I know everything, guys, because I don't, but I know a lot. I've been in the dating game for 11 years. I went from someone that was scared of women, scared of people. So I had to work through all those different psychological fears, which I explained to my friend over Skype. I said, at every different phase you're facing this fear. It's the same fear, it's just in different shapes, it's in different ways of viewing it. So you might say, I've got approach anxiety, I'm afraid to go and speak to attractive women, I feel uncomfortable, I'm socially uncomfortable, right? Then you get better at doing that and you say, I can approach women now, I can handle the fear, I'm confident doing it, but I'm frightened to text a girl, or I don't know how to text a girl, because you're possibly frightened of getting turned down. But I think ultimately the main fear is people are afraid of being honest about what they're struggling with, having the courage, having the will, having the grit, having the honesty, having the just cutting out the bullshit, because there's so much of it, and just saying, yeah, this is what I'm afraid of. For example, I always had a fear of public speaking, so I was like, there's no point bullshit, there's no point saying, well, I can go and do the public talk, I'm good at it, but just cut the bullshit. I'm frightened to go and do public speaking, it makes me nervous. It still makes me nervous to this day, right? But I know once I go and get the first few minutes out of the way, I can do the public talk spot on. So I'm not afraid of being afraid, but I've got enough courage and confidence and self-esteem to admit it. In admitting, we get half the job done. So most men sit at home on their ass doing nothing, not admitting that they're struggling, because you know, it's their ego. Another common one is, and I had it for years, guys, so anything I'm talking about, I've experienced it, I've had it, and I've overcome it, or I'm going through it, is there's no point meeting women because I live with my parents. I lived with my parents for years. I felt ashamed. I thought I would be judged. Women are going to think I'm not a man. I can't take the girl back home. What if the bed breaks? What if the bed squeaks? What if the house is not big enough? Everything you can worry about, until eventually I just did it and it was fine. So you're frightened of getting what you want. You keep complaining all the time, you guys, saying to me, oh, this fucking stuff doesn't work. The honesty Johnny's saying doesn't work. Women want attractive guys. It's a fucking cop-out. It's not true. Because if they wanted attractive guys, they wouldn't want me. Because I never considered myself that attractive, although I feel attractive now. But I'm not the best looking guy on paper. And the point is, you don't need to be. Once you're honest and you're congruent, and you're being yourself, whether that's your nervous self, whether that's your confident self, whether that's your geeky self, whatever self it is, the one you're comfortable with, you're just honest about it, you will attract women. That's the secret. And I think you guys know this, but you don't want to believe it, so they want to create a method. You want to create 55 ways to speak to a woman to avoid getting rejected, when you know that rejection is part of the process. Everyone gets rejected. It's just how you manage it, how you interpret it. The more self-esteem you get, the more you know what your problem is, the more it dissolves. So I say again, it's not like a teacher like myself doesn't experience fear or anxiety, because we do. We get better at managing the fear. We get better at being more honest about our problems, therefore we come up with a solution. That's why I can be successful than someone else much faster. And there's obviously people that are more successful than me because they're able to identify their problem and be honest and not bullshit yourself about it. So, getting out of breath. I need to get fitter. So, really the problem is in admitting the problem. That is the solution. Most times when I work with people, they say, I want to take your program, I want to do some coaching with you, and I'm like, well, how can I help you? What is it you're struggling with? It's like, well, I'm kind of good with women. I've been on a few dates, I got laid a bit, or I had a girlfriend, but I don't know, I haven't got approach anxiety. It's like, you have got approach anxiety. You are afraid, just admit it. Admit it, just say it, surrender and say it. Just say the words, I'm afraid. Just say it. I know it's difficult because I had it. Say you're afraid, say you're scared. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. There's nothing unmanly about having insecurity and fears. We're human beings. What's unmanly is when we deny ourselves from the truth. We don't say we have it, we rationalize it, we make excuses, and it gets worse and worse. And it doesn't matter if you lie to me or you lie to other people. That's why I don't believe in lying to women and using pickup tricks, because ultimately you lie to yourself and you get what I call internal damage. So this type of discipline that I've been living, it's been enabling me to be very successful in business, in relationships with myself, just from simple day-to-day things, you know. And it allows me to keep working on myself and being honest. And there's so much reward there. There's so much reward for being honest about your fears. And that's how I felt when I first came sort of into the pickup community, that not enough people were being honest. They weren't saying that the truth is there's not a blueprint. The truth is there's no perfect step-by-step method to meet women. Anyone who believes that needs to take the head out of their arse and look into the real world. But you can develop consistency through building self-esteem, practicing speaking to women, and finding your own version of your truth. My truth is honesty. I teach honesty. Honesty is a universal principle that's been around for years. It's the truth. It's how things get built. Of course, there's dishonesty. Where would dishonesty lead you? Or lead you into darkness. It's not going to make you happy. So just admit your problem. And I said to the guy, I understand because I've been through it myself, and it is scary. It's uncomfortable. It's embarrassing. It makes you feel ashamed and guilty when you think, I'm going to go in the bedroom with a girl, I've made a good impression, I'm going to take my trousers down and my willy's not going to stand up. She might laugh at me, she might think my willy looks small, she might judge me. I'm judging myself hard. What are my friends going to think? Well, I had to go through that. That's why I'm here. I had to go through that. I had to surrender to that. I had to be honest with that. I couldn't deny it. I couldn't pretend and say, oh, you know, no, I don't get erectile dysfunction, I'm fine. It was not the truth. The truth was that at one stage in Johnny's life, he couldn't get an erection with a woman, couldn't sustain an erection to begin with. He was frightened, he was nervous, he had performance anxiety, and I felt massively judged. So, how did I solve this problem? Well, I'll be honest with you, as I always am. I tried herbal Viagra, that did work, but again, that made me feel a little bit guilty, so I thought, I want to go cold turkey. There's nothing wrong with herbal Viagra if you want to take that, but just be careful, it's from a good chemist. I started to talk about it, tell the girl, from a congruent place, from a confident place. I just say, look, I'm just pre-warning you, I'm a bit overwhelmed, you're a new woman. I've had many girlfriends before, he might not work for me. We've had some alcohol, I might not get an erection. And they never minded. They never minded. Do you know what? They stayed around because I was honest, I was congruent. It takes a lot of fucking confidence and courage. Sorry, I'm swearing, I'm passionate. To be honest about your fears. As soon as you be honest about your fears, you get an instant reward, a relief. That's why you like watching my videos, because I speak the truth. You're getting to confirm your own truth. Maybe you haven't got the courage to say what I've got to say right now, so when you hear me say it, well, if this guy can say it, and he seems to know what he's doing with women according to the videos, which I do, it's okay for me to feel, and it's okay for you to feel that way. It is okay. We live in a society where we're constantly shaming, constantly judging, but again, I don't worry about that. I just work on myself and I work on you guys and encourage you guys to do the same. I'm excited to share this with you. I'm excited to say to you that a lot of the stuff in the dating world that they said it wasn't true. It wasn't true for me. It wasn't true. It was bullshit. You do get rejected, which is beautiful, good. And there is no method. There's no method. How fun is that? It's amazing. When I found out there was no method, I was like, oh great, I can just be myself. I'm enough. Say it after me, I am enough, I am enough. I can be myself. I don't need to follow what some guy tells me, or to use fucking NLP, tricking people. That's not honest. That's not confident. A confident man, how can you be a confident man and be a good seducer if you can't even say what's going on in your mind? You're not even congruent with that. You're far from good. So getting laid and using tricks on women, which can work, because some women obviously are gullible, they're naive, they might not be in a great place. You've fooled them because you've done a Daniel Day-Lewis performance acting, and I've done it myself, so I can't judge you. I've made that mistake. It wasn't right, I realised that. You have to be yourself. Guy's gonna say, I don't fucking know who I am. Who is myself? You gotta find out. and you find out by practicing honesty. If you just keep being honest, you'll grow your authentic self. You'll start bursting out. God will help you as well, because that's what happened to me. And you won't have time for methods. You won't need to watch my videos no more. You'll just need to watch my videos to confirm what you already know, but you never had the fucking balls to do, alright? I'm telling you now, I'm a professional. I've been doing this for 11 years. And I'm not saying this to be arrogant, this is because I care and I want to help people. I slept with lots of attractive women from the street, but it isn't what they say it is. It's actually better and it's easier if you're honest. If you're using the tricks, it's a horrible place to live at. You become a dishonest person, you fall out of alignment, you're not congruent, you don't feel good, even when you get the result. So I'm teaching men proper connection, how to be proper men, how to be honest, how to respect women, how to love women, how to be the same person in all social situations. Now don't even dare say to me that's difficult, because if it was easy, what would be the point? There'll be no growth in it, you wouldn't get any satisfaction. It isn't easy going out shooting my videos, that's why I love doing it. I get a huge buzz out of it. It is, but on another level, it's very easy because I enjoy to do it. So I said to the guy on Skype, make your suffering enjoyable. Make your pain work for you. That's what I did. Don't complain about your pain. Don't be a victim. Don't say poor me. No one helps you when you do that. God doesn't come forward when you do that, because you've got health, you've got conversation to call me on Skype, you've got money, you can pay for coaching, you've got a free YouTube, you've got an abundance of free stuff online. How can you complain? Seriously, you can't complain. I understand you're going to be afraid, you're allowed to be afraid, you're allowed to feel fear. Women are attracted to honesty. My fear got me in bed with attractive women, because if I was, and I keep saying it, you're not always going to be afraid. I wasn't walking around going, I'm nervous, I'm afraid. Most times I became very confident, very relaxed from doing it a lot. So that's my message for today. What's your truth? What are you bullshitting yourself away from doing? It's probably fear of success. If you want to move out of your parents' house, why aren't you doing it? What are you afraid of? If you want to develop a new, healthier social circle, why aren't you doing it? If you want to come and get some coaching with me and your friend is criticising you for it, why aren't you doing it when you know I've got the truth, I'm going to help you? Why aren't you doing it? That's my question to you. Why are you delaying your success? Why are you making yourself suffer? Why are you not admitting that you are God, as Alan Watts says in all of us? Why are you not doing that? Why are you pretending that I'm a guru and you can't do the things I'm doing when you can? I'm a normal guy. Some days I'm rubbish. I want everyone to know. That's why I'm a great teacher, that's why I'm a very good student, because some days I go out, I can't even stop a girl. I can't even get a conversation going, I'm all over the place. Other days I'm fantastic. There's no one that can compete with me. I said it in a non-arrogant way. I'm really good. Everything I touch turns to gold. I get numbers, I get women attracted to me, I'm charismatic. That's because I'm a human being. So ordinary is what works. And all the other stuff will come into play. Go forward. Bit more prayer in God or meditation. If God doesn't suit you, go and apply it. Don't be a victim. Don't live in this mindset, he can do it, I can't. I lived in that for years. I delayed it. I could have been there a lot quicker. So, enough of the bullshit. You are afraid. You're allowed to be afraid. You got my permission. I was afraid. I'm still afraid sometimes, but I'm excited to be afraid, and I still go and do the things I want to do. So, don't stop being afraid, but stop bullshitting, stop lying, and go out and start practicing being yourself. Be your nervous self. I give you permission today. I guarantee your nervous self has got more chance of getting you an attractive girlfriend, a person who cares about you and wants to be around you, than faking that you're confident. Forget that bullshit, fake it till you make it. I challenge anyone who said that. Not fake it till you make it, you practice till you make it. Like and subscribe, enjoy the process, and honesty is the way forward. It's about self-love.